and welcome to Tech Tips by Norfield. I'm Carl Lewis, Senior Service Technician here at Norfield. In this video, we're going to be setting up a 4000 machine. We're going to get it in position, get it connected, and hook up the 4200 and the 4100 and get it ready to run. So the first thing you'll want to do is set the 4000 machine in position in your shop, appropriate distance from the wall, if any, and square it up with the building. And then you'll need to level the machine. So we'll take our level, set it on the plastic strips on the front, make it level from left to right. And then we'll also put the level on the rollers at the ends to level it from front to back. So we'll use the tops of the rollers to level the machine from front to back at both ends. Once we have the machine level, then we can take the connector bracket for the 4200, which is this part here. Lay it down at the end of the machine. There are slotted holes in the ends, and they line up with the holes in the legs of the machine. So we'll position the 4200 in front of the 4000. The two surfaces on the face of it here need to line up with the machine and be just inside of this surface. So as we watch that surface there, we'll want this to come inside of it by 1/4 of an inch or so. Okay, about like that. Now that we have the loader in position, we can bolt it to the bracket, to the connector bracket. We'll bolt through the slotted holes in the bracket into the threaded holes into the frame with 2 bolts and tighten those up. All right, now that we have the loader all set up, we can install the door bumper that keeps the doors from getting hung up on the end of the machine. Bolt the top piece directly to the frame. At the lower end of the bracket, you need to use the longer bolts and the spacers. Then the electrical line from the control panel and the hoses to the air valve can be wire tied to the tie bases on the end of the frame. When we bring the 4100 in, we're going to position it at the outfeed end of the 4000 with the operator's side opposite from the operator of the 4000. The fixed side will be where the hinge jamb comes in. And it wants to be lined up so that when the hinge jamb comes out, it's on the outside of this side of the 4100, so the hinge jamb can close here. When the door comes out of the 4000, the jamb will be roughly in this position. So the 4100 needs to be positioned so that the jamb will come out on this side so that it will close and fall into the machine correctly. Most operators prefer to have enough space between the 4000 and the 4100 to walk between. Makes it much handier when operating the machine. In this case, we're going to set it up very close. So the height of the 4100 should be approximately 1 inch to 1.5 inches below the outfeed roller so that the door comes into the 4100 and falls down onto it. Also, we're going to level the machine lengthwise and then crossways at each end. And it has the same style bolts for leveling at the bottom.